Today, Baba is talking about the power of transformation, and Baba defines a Karma Yogi as someone who uses the power of transformation for themselves and for others. Now, you see, we are all on the field of action, and every person is here playing their part. But what is the difference between ordinary souls and Karma Yogis? So Baba says, ordinary souls, they do not have the power of transformation. They do not use the power of transformation. And souls who are being nurtured by Baba, we children of Baba, we have been given this power of transformation, which we can use for ourselves and for others. And by using this power of transformation, we become a Karma Yogi, and we also transform the world in the process. Now, what is the power of transformation? So you see, Baba gives us many powers. The power to tolerate, the power to adjust, the power to discern, the power to decide, the power to cooperate. So Baba gives us many powers. And then there's the power of knowledge, the power of virtues. But the biggest power that Baba gives us is the power of transformation, whereby I can transform my attitude, my thoughts, my vision, my actions, my sanskars. And you see, in the world, people do not have this power. They can't even think that, I change my perception or I change my thoughts about something or I change my attitude. Although, people talk about this a lot, change your attitude, change your habits. But where is the power of transformation? You don't have that power in the world. And people, when they try on their own, they mostly fail. So they try to, and even if they succeed, it's a lot of effort. But just like every other power, this power of transformation is a gift from Baba. And how do you take this gift from Baba? When you have yoga with Baba. So the important thing to underline is, how do you get powers from Baba? So the basis of getting all powers from Baba is the same. It is through yoga. So when you have very good yoga with Baba, then Baba's company colors you. And since Baba is the ocean of virtues and powers and knowledge, so you also become an embodiment of knowledge and virtues and powers. So when we have yoga with Baba, we get this power of transformation. And through that power of transformation, so Baba gives us the power to transform, and then Baba also gives us the knowledge of what to transform. So first thing Baba says is, you transform your attitude. Yes, so have I transformed my attitude from this is not right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, this is loss, this is gain, to everything is benevolent? Have you transformed your attitude like that? Have you transformed your attitude in every scene that whatever is happening only for good? And when you transform your attitude like that, because you see, Baba gives us the power to transform, but also Baba tells us what is it that we need to transform. And the first thing that Baba tells us is to transform our awareness. Yes, so first point of transformation is you transform your awareness from the awareness that I am this perishable body to I am an imperishable, virtuous, powerful point of light. So the first point of transformation is your awareness of who you are. Then your awareness of who you belong to, who is your companion. And Baba gives us this transformation, this power of transformation, but you have to use it. Just like you see, when you have a machine that can wash clothes, will it wash clothes on its own? No, you have to put the clothes in it and then operate the machine. Similarly, Baba has given us this power to transform, but you need to put it to use. And Baba says, when you try it, it will be very easy. It's not difficult. The moment you think about transforming your awareness of who I am, who do I belong to, or who is my companion, or what is my purpose, or what is going on here. So, in the world, people have this attitude that I am a body, and then that I belong to so and so, who is also, who is also prone to attacks and everything. And then you think about everything that's going around as not benevolent. This can harm me, this can cause loss, this can hamper me. So Baba says that just transform your awareness that I am a soul and I belong to the Almighty, and what my aim is to become a deity, and everything that's going on around me is for my good. It is happening not to me but for me, to bring benevolence to me. And when you try to transform that, it will be very easy. You just have to put some thoughts into it, practice it, and it happens. And the thing is, you see, in the world, even if people try very hard, they are not able to transform their awareness. So you see sannyasis for years together, they just practice I am a soul. But A, they don't have complete information about the soul, and B, it becomes very hard work. Yes, and they take such difficult paths of, lot of hardships, because they think it's very difficult to transform your awareness. But Baba says, I'm giving you this power of transformation, and if you just apply it, you will be able to transform your awareness. And when you transform your awareness, then it becomes very easy to transform your attitude. And what is your attitude towards everyone? That every soul is playing their individual part. And nobody's part is good or bad. It is just what it is. And everything that's happening around is happening for good. So when you transform your attitude like that, then you become a karma yogi, because then you are able to focus on what you need to do in the moment. And then Baba says, transform your vision. So, do you see the defects in somebody? What is our vision right now? So, we see bodies, we see actions, we see defects. That is our vision right now. But Baba says, see the soul and see the virtues of the soul. Don't see what they are doing right now, but just see who they originally are. And when you transform these your vision of everyone, then the experience that you have with everyone changes. Because right now you see, when you have a vision of seeing everybody's defects, then what you see you gather. And then when you leave a company, when you leave somebody's company, then all you have gathered from there is a pile of defects of this one is like that and that one is like that and this is the problem and that is the problem. And that's not the sign of a karma yogi, because when you are a karma yogi, you will be very light. You will not carry this burden of defects inside you. So Baba says, transform your awareness, your attitude, your vision, and transform your actions. So, earlier our actions were all motivated by selfishness and vices. But now our actions are seva. So whatever you do, have this awareness that this is seva. Even if you're cleaning your own body, that's also because you're a good instrument of Baba. If you're cleaning the place you live in, you're creating good vibrations in the world. If you are talking to someone sweetly, then they are becoming closer to Baba. So transform all your actions into altruistic service actions with your attitude that I am a sevadhari. So Baba says, this is the way to become a karma yogi. And then Baba says, just use the power of transformation on others also. And you see, when you see somebody in their present state, in the qualities that they have right now, or the vices that they have right now, then what are you doing? You are reinforcing who they are right now. But if you want to transform them, you look at them in different light. You don't absorb their actions, their words, their vibrations, but you radiate to them Baba's words, Baba's vibrations, and Baba's vision. And when you do that, then you help them transform themselves also. And I remember, there was this one episode that a senior sister was sharing, and she said that when Baba was taking a class, there was one Mata who was very upset with Baba. And then after the class, she just started, saying insulting words to Baba. And then Baba just, after the class, Baba called her, made her sit down and said, "Child, are you okay? Do you need something?" And then she talked very lovingly to Baba and discussed all her problems. And she bared her heart, what was it that was troubling her and everything. So you see, she was looking at Baba as the cause of the problem. And that's why she was speaking those words. But Baba could help her change that attitude towards himself by first changing his attitude towards her. So he had this vision that this is not a soul who is insulting me, but this is a soul in pain. And then this is a pure soul in its original quality. So when Baba saw her like that and talked to her like that, then she also got in touch with her quality of goodness and purity. So it's very important that we understand that whenever you are looking at someone's current behavior or the way they are talking or the way they are conducting themselves, and you forget their original qualities, then what are you doing? You are reinforcing their weak sanskars by upholding them in your drishti and then giving that vibration to that soul. But when you look at them in their original sanskar, despite their behavior, despite their actions, then you are helping them transform themselves. So Baba says, I have given you this power of transformation, tools of transformation, and knowledge of transformation. And I want you to use that. Yes, and you see, Baba, it is not like, all the cream of the society or all the talented people and the worthy ones came to Baba. We all understand that when we souls, we are deity souls without a doubt. But when we come to Baba after 84 births, we are not in our best, in our best stage and state. And although our original state is that of a deity, but our current state is quite depleted. And everybody who came to Baba came like that. But just look at the great, the great work that Baba has done on everybody. And when I look at Baba's creation today, you look at the dadis, you look at the didis, you look at the Brahmin family, you look at the seniors who played such a big part in world transformation. You look at Mama, and when you look at all of them, you feel like they are the best that society can have. But they were not created overnight. And Baba kept in his awareness, constant awareness, their elevated state, their deity state, their pure state. And although somebody was doing very ordinary actions, Baba always talked to them in an elevated way. And when Baba saw them as an elevated soul and conducted himself with respect and love for that soul, then they also started getting in touch with their original quality. And you see, everybody is colored by vision. And I remember there was this one brother, he had come and he said, I'm a grandfather and my grandchild is just 3 years old. But I keep telling him, you are the greatest, you are a great man. And then, his body language, because that brother was in the army, so he always, looks at him like a soldier and a great man. And then that small child from the age of 3, now he is almost 18. I have seen him that he has started developing very good qualities, and now at the age of 18 you can see that he is almost, he has that personality of somebody who has been in the army for many years because he's very disciplined and very resolute, lot of willpower. And that grandfather of his, he always tells me that Right from when he was born, I had this vision that he is my heir and he is like that. And I always looked at him like that. And and he said, I never pressurized him. I just had this vision for him. So you see, even in the world, when people have limited visions, they are not thinking about anybody as a world server or as a pure soul. But one person's consciousness can affect another person's vision of themselves so greatly. And Baba says, when you transform your attitude to somebody, towards somebody, then you can help them transform themselves. And I will also point out one important thing in this, that first you have to transform the energy that they radiate to you, and then you can radiate something else to them. So let's say somebody insults you, then you have to first transform that insult into praise. Yes, somebody insults you, and then how do you transform insult into praise? Because you see, generally, with people who are very well behaved with us, it is not a problem. We are able to uphold this high, great, elevated vision for them. But when somebody is very ill behaved with us, hurling abuses and insults to us all day, then how do you transform your attitude towards that one? So let's take the example of somebody who is hurling insults at you. Then what you do first is first remember that those who become insulted in Sangam Yuga, they become the one with the highest position in Satyug. And Baba has given us this law that kalank lagenge to kalgidhar banenge. So those who are insulted the most, they take the crown in Satyug. And when you hold this law in your awareness, then you don't see that insult as an insult, but you see that insult as a part of the process of you becoming the one with the crown in Satyug. And you see, Brahma Baba faced the most insults. And when he faced insult from somebody, what did Brahma Baba do? Brahma Baba remembered that who am I and who is this soul? So I am the benefactor soul, and this is the soul that needs to be benefited. So I don't have to have expectations from this soul. I don't have to absorb their energy. It is my job to radiate the pure, powerful, peaceful, elevated energy and drishti to this soul. So when you take everything according to the laws of spirituality, and you understand that these insults are not insults, they are garlands that people are putting around your neck, and these garlands will make you garlanded in Satyug. So when you take it like that and you understand that it is your duty to serve this soul and you are the server and they are the served, then you change your attitude and give your good vibrations to that soul. And also, you have to remember certain spiritual laws. One more spiritual law is those who are in bad behavior, they are not bad, they are hurt, they are weak. And I will share one experience with you. Once I was conducting a session for newcomers, and this session was on women empowerment. And then there was this one lady, she was the CEO of a company, and she just started, she didn't allow me to take the session. She just started saying, you people are just asking women to change this and women to change that and women to uphold this attitude and that attitude. This is victim blaming and this and that. And she just started. And then she didn't allow me to finish the session. And then I understood that this is not working. So then I just wrapped up the session very smoothly. And then I gave Drishti and Toli to everybody. And after the session, I saw that everybody left one after the other, but this lady kept sitting. And then I knew that she was hurting somewhere. So then I went down and I just, cuddled her. I gave her a hug. And then she burst out crying. And then she said, I know that I have disrupted the whole session, and I know that that's not right of me. I'm educated, I shouldn't behave like this. But I was molested as a child, and I cannot, it just aches me, and it burns inside when somebody says that we need to change and this and that. So I said, it's okay, no problem, this session went smooth, no problem. And then I gave her the course a little, and then she came, and after 21 days, 22 days, she told me that I feel much better right now. Now I understand that, okay, you have to get past the hurt and then take the healing from Baba, and also give everybody the courage to do better. So this thing, so why I'm sharing this is because, when you understand the laws of spirituality, whether it is the law that where insult is not insult, it is the path to give you the crown, or you understand that anybody who is doing bad karma is not bad, they are weak, then keeping these laws in your awareness, along with the power of transformation that Baba gives you, if you use both of these, then you can help the other transform their state, their power, their attitude, their behavior. You can be an instrument for transformation. So this is also something. So Baba gives these directions to be a karma yogi. And then today Baba says, don't let go of your courage. So courage is called himmat in Hindi. And you need courage to keep moving. And sometimes when we are discouraged by others, when other people are discouraging us, that's not a big deal. You can still you can use Baba's Shrimat and take power from Baba and just keep moving. But when do you become most discouraged? When you fail at your own attempts, then you start losing your courage, then you start losing hope. And what happens is, even on this path of spiritual effort, when you try to make effort and you fail once, twice, thrice, whether it is the effort to be regular, consistent, or the effort to get up at Amrit Vela, or the biggest effort to overcome the desires of lust and practice celibacy, or the effort to have pure food, or the effort to the effort to do seva. Whenever you make spiritual efforts, then what happens is, sometimes you don't succeed every time you take a step ahead, you don't succeed in your effort. And I remember there was this one Mata, she told me that I tried to get up at Amrit Vela, and every day I would put the alarm and then just put off the alarm and sleep. And then she said, I did this for 2 months. And then all those 2 months, I used to switch off the alarm and feel a lot of guilt and self-loathing all day, that I don't even have the capacity to get up on time. What kind of a BK will I become? And I engaged in this self-loathing for 1 month, and then I decided I will not put up the alarm. And then I never put an alarm, and it's been 17 years and I have never got up at Amrit Vela. So then I asked her, you see, when you didn't get up for 1 month, then why didn't you put the alarm for the second month? So she said, because I felt very bad inside me that I'm doing it but not succeeding. So I said, but it's not about feeling bad, it's about the path to become good. And if you take, in this world, we have this habit that when we fail at something, we take it as an instrument to lower our self esteem. But Baba says, you are a pure, peaceful, loveful, blissful, powerful soul, child of God anyway. So never forget that. Never lose your self esteem. Even if you failed at 5 attempts, 10 attempts, 50 attempts, 500 attempts, try again. Because yes, there are old sanskars which are inhibiting you, but never forget who you really are. Never forget your power. And Baba says, don't lose courage. Even if you failed at purity many times, don't lose courage. Because if you lose courage, you lose the battle. If you fail, you don't lose the battle. Yes, you're still in the game. But if you lose courage and you stop trying, then you're out of the game. So Baba says, do not be discouraged by your own actions, and nobody is ever discouraged by anybody else. And if anybody else is able to discourage you, then you must, work on your self-esteem and work on what Baba says. But if you're discouraged by your own actions where you're failing, then Baba says, do not lose courage, because you see, Baba has not given up on us. Drama has not given up on us. So we should not give up on ourselves. And there's a sister, she comes to class, and every 6-7 days she would send me a message and say that I'm not coming to class anymore because I'm good for nothing. And then one day I made her sit down and I told her, why are you doing my job? So she said, I don't know what you mean. So I said, if you're good for nothing, I will tell you that. Don't worry. I will tell you, you're good for nothing. Don't come to class from tomorrow. So if I have not told you that, then you're good enough. Have faith in yourself. And Baba is seeing you when drama has not asked you to leave, when Baba has not asked you to leave, when the instrument has not told you that you can't progress, you're good for nothing, then why do you create these thoughts? And you see, there's a very good saying in English that never count the attempts that you made as failure. They are the steps to success. Because nobody succeeds in the first attempt. But the more steps you climb, you will succeed. So you have to understand that even if I failed 30 times, I've learned something in these 30 times. And then the 31st time I will succeed. So do not give up on courage, do not lose hope. This is also Baba's teaching today. Okay, Om Shanti.